Hey everyone, Jessica with Mama Boys Times 3. It has been a while, so we got a giant snowstorm last night. I'm going to try to make everyone some breakfast. It's like 10 a.m. and the baby's still asleep. We just checked on him. He hadn't felt good for a few days, so first thing I'm going to do till I set it aside, this is raw dairy from a farm. You don't have to have raw dairy. 3/4 cup of milk. I'm just going to squirt some of this lemon juice in there and set it to the side. So this will serve as buttermilk. It isn't the same, but it will do. So, all right, first thing we're going to do is measure out 2 cups of flour. I'm not even going to worry about sifting it. Set the flour aside because you will need it. And we're also, it says we need about 6 tablespoons, which this is about 8, but it'll be okay. So you need to cube up some butter. And we're going to take a pastry blender and we're going to blend. Alright, so I got the flour and butter mixed up as good as I can. Here I have 1 tablespoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to combine those ingredients, and then I have our buttermilk mixture. So this is a pastry blender that used to be my grandma. She's still here. She's about to turn 80. And this is her pastry blender that she gave me. And this bowl is my husband's, it was my husband's grandma's bowl. And it was here when I moved in. And I just really like it. So, and my mom just got me this spoon for Christmas. So, we'll see how well I like it. This is the first time using this. Because it said on the recipe, it said mixed with a wooden spoon. So, what we're going to do with the biscuits is we'll make sure the dough is mixed up, as you can see. Okay, so you want to flour your surface, and then I like to flour my hands. And we'll dump the batter, the dough mixture out, set the bowl to the side. I already have a lot of dishes that need washed. So I'm not going to mix this too much because I want them flaky. Well, I don't want them dense either. But sometimes I struggle with biscuits. So you're just going to continue to do this motion, and I'll show you in just a second. Alright, so the recipe I looked up this morning that I'm trying says do not roll them out. So I'm using some coconut oil, which will be fine. I like to put my biscuits in an iron skillet, and you won't taste it. I normally would have used soft butter, but I do not have any softened butter right now. I just put some in my thing. So set that to the side. Okay, put the lid on the coconut oil. So right now, I kind of want to take my thing that my grandmother got me, but I don't know how. I'm just going to dip it in the flour. This is my grandma's. So we're going to just take the biscuits and we're going to cut them, and we're going to put them in the pan. Okay, so yeah, this one's going to be a little big, but I'm going to bake these at 425, 20, 30, 15, 20 minutes. Just continue to watch them. When they come out of the oven, we'll brush them with butter. Alright, so I'm going to fry up these 2 sausage patties, and on the other side of the skillet, I'm going to ground up the sausage. Because I'm not sure if my husband's going to want like a sausage biscuit or biscuits and gravy. So I'm going to show you how to do biscuits and gravy. So basically we need to cook all this sausage. This will cook. And I'll show you what I'm doing next. I had a few baked potatoes left from dinner, so I did. So I'm going to try to peel these potatoes. Hopefully they're not too hollow like that one. I'm not going to be able to do anything with. I already took out the sausage patties, so on a separate plate, or on the same one, I'm going to I want to leave some bits in there, but what I'm going to have to do is add a little bit more, and this is pretty much all I have of some bacon grease to this, because my sausage that I got from the local farmer, he's just not that, the piggy's not that fat. So I'm going to let this cook down, and I'll show you what I'm going to do in just a second. Alright, so I'm getting ready to flip the hash browns as they're getting crispy. And I really, really wish I'd have had, like, see, I like to wait until they're completely crispy, so that's not quite where I like it. But, anyways, on to the sausage gravy. I got, this is self-rising flour, and I got my bacon grease in there, so I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. About 2 teaspoons right now. I'll let you know if that's enough in just a minute. So we're going to take our sausage gravy. We're going to turn on the burner. I didn't realize I turned it off. I'm going to want it really hot, and we're going to make a paste with the gravy. So I just add a little bit of water at a time. You want to let that flour cook in the water, and you'll see it start to get thick. See? And you got to constantly stir. And like this is going to be a bit too thick, so you're going to have to let it cook. Alright, so the secret with this is people can give you measurements, but there really isn't no exact measurements. It's kind of you figuring out your width and the thickness. It took me forever. I'm like, Grandma, how do I do this? And so those are going to finish in just a minute. So as you can see, as I cook it with the water, it gets thicker, and I'm just going to add the rest. So that's probably a cup. I don't know. So we're going to put it on high, and we're going to constantly stir. So in the meantime, the biscuits have finished. So I'm going to just brush them down with some butter. And I think what I'm going to probably do is put a couple dollops on them in the pan, so it'll melt into them, because this butter is extremely cold. Yeah, I pretty much used a half a stick of butter, but it's okay. Alright, so that's hot. As you can tell, this is pretty much thick, so I'm using whole milk. It does not turn out without whole milk. And you eyeball it to about what you think. Sometimes I add a little bit more. And you're going to cook this down until it gets thick. Next thing you do is I like to add a lot of black pepper. A lot of pepper. And I think I forgot to turn off the little oven. And add salt. It looks like a lot, but believe me, it's not. And you're just going to cook this until it gets thick. Alright, so this is about ready. It's cooked down for about probably 10 minutes. And how you can tell is I take a spoon and it kind of looks thick. So I'm going to add the crumbled up sausage that I cooked earlier. And all that goodness, yes. All of it. And then we will take this and whisk it in, continuing to stir it to make it thick. And I'll let this cook like this for a couple minutes. Back there, if you're wondering, I'm boiling water and I'm making tea. Alright, so the sausage gravy's done. The biscuits are done. A little bit of hash brown. So I'm going to make my husband's plate and then I'll show you how I'm serving his. Look at that. That is such a cute little sausage biscuit. Here's what my husband's eating, and then I'll show you what I'm eating, and the kids will just get some biscuits with sausage and gravy. This is some cold tomato juice that I put in the fridge that we canned over the summer. Biscuits and gravy, some hash browns, sausage biscuit. I'm not sure if he wants the sausage biscuit or this, but either way, my other son will eat the other, and a cup of coffee. Plate, it doesn't look as appetizing as his. If you enjoyed watching, like and subscribe to this channel. I'm going to try to post something every week. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my recipe for biscuits and gravy.
I can't forget the day we met. You looked so fly.